Let's be real. Masculinity is under attack. Society's telling men to sit down, stay soft, and be quiet. They label strength as toxic and tell you to apologize for simply just being a man. But here's the truth. The world needs strong, grounded, masculine men now more than ever. And if you're watching this, it's time to wake up. Before I get into this video real quick, just want to let you guys know that I did just make a X account, Twitter account, whatever you call it. It will be in the description of this video. And so will my Discord. So please feel free to follow me on X and join the Discord. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, my first point that I want to talk about is the shift we're seeing. Culture is pushing men away from strength, leadership, and discipline, right? We see a lot of that, they want men to be more emotional, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, you should be in touch with your feelings, but the discipline part is important because you still need to get things done. If you still have to get tasks done, you still need to accomplish things. You can't let the way you feel always control the way you're going to act. There's certain things that you have to get done. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel like going to your job because whatever reason, you're just depressed because the sun's not out. You're just going to sit at home and cry about it. No, you still have to go to work regardless, right? Or whatever you have to do. And with that, masculinity is being labeled toxic without separating what's healthy from harmful. They want passive, weak, obedient men because strong men, let's just be honest, they're harder to control. I think even scientifically, with testosterone levels, men with lower testosterone levels are more likely to just agree to things, and they're less likely to be more confrontational and to stand up what they really believe in. So what real masculinity looks like, it's not about aggression or dominance. It's about being responsible, having your strength under control, and knowing what your purpose is in life, knowing what you're waking up every day and getting up for. Like I said earlier, you wake up, you have a purpose, you know what you're supposed to do today. If you don't have a purpose, it's easier to give in to your emotions or your fears and your doubts or depression or whatever you might be dealing with, and you're just going to say, nah, I'm just going to take today off. No, when you know what your purpose is and you have clear responsibilities, you have to do things whether you feel like doing them or not. That's how you build discipline. You're not going to feel motivated every day to do certain things, like working out or eating healthy, just even, going to your job, doing things. You're not going to feel motivated. Even with this YouTube channel, I don't feel motivated every day to make a video when I make them, honestly. I still enjoy doing them, but there's some times where it's like, especially my busier days, it's like, it gets overwhelming sometimes, especially I've been a couple days since I made a video. It's like, I have to get one, and I don't care how tired I am, I'm going to make one, so it's really just about real masculinity is, generally speaking, they protect, provide, lead, and uplift. Like I said, the world, they don't want that. They want weaker men, so they're easier to control. That's pretty much what it comes down to. They don't want to deal with people going against their ideas. They just want to purport things, whether that's vaccines or transgender stuff, all that garbage that that's being pushed on, especially the youth. They just want men to just accept it, because the biggest threat is masculine men that are going to say, no, this is garbage, and stand up for it, stand up for what they believe in. So that's essentially how society is softening men, is a few things. I mean, I talk about these things on my channel at length, but I'm going to touch up on a few of them. It's just the over-reliance on comfort, distractions, and instant gratitude, such as corn, TikTok, junk food, games without purpose. All those things, they're good. Well, the only thing I would say is cut corn out completely. But social media, the occasional, junk food, video games, they're to me, they're okay in moderation. Obviously, because listen, I play video games. Mainly, it's really just to play video games to get content for this YouTube channel. But I still play a couple hours a week. But it's moderation. Like I still eat not the healthiest all the time. But again, I'm not eating garbage every day. I try to eat healthier. I try to get healthier, eat better and better every day, essentially, right? And social media, I try not to catch myself doom scrolling on social media, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, X. I try to just, I'll hop on there for a little bit, try to make content. It's really my main goal now with social media, is just trying to create instead of consume. Definitely create more than consume. That's definitely something I strive to do. But yeah, I mean, it goes to, attacks on fatherhood and leadership and just masculine values overall. Shaming men for being assertive, disciplined, or goal-oriented. They always will try to just soften them. Oh, no, it's okay. You don't have to do that today. You've been working hard. You deserve a treat. No, that's too much for you. No. Men, and I mean, really people in general, are capable of, a lot of people I don't think know what they're truly capable of, because they aren't pushed to go that far in life. They aren't pushed to their boundaries. They aren't pushed to their limits. So you'd be surprised how far and what you can put up with and what you can tolerate when you just kind of push the needle a little bit further every day. And you'd be surprised how far you can actually go. They essentially just want you numb, distracted, because then you won't rise up. You won't wake up. You won't fight back. You'll just you'll just fall into the sheep. You'll just fall into the 9 to 5, the rat race, everything. The whole mindset of they want everyone to be essentially like robots. That's essentially what they want. They want everyone to do what they want to do, right? The world wants to, whoever the elites are, I'm not going to act like I know who they are. And no, it's not Trump or Elon. No, there's people that you don't even know. I don't think most people don't know. They're behind closed doors calling all the shots. And we might never know them. But these are the people that are purporting the propagandas through media machines, social media, influencers, celebrities, all that. So that's what they want. And now what you can do about it is reclaim your edge. That's biggest thing is to build discipline, get focused on what your purpose wants to be, get in the best shape you possibly can, working out, eating better, that's a great way to reclaim your edge. Stop apologizing for being a man, simply. Just because you might, you don't agree with something, or you have a certain type of girl you want to date and certain things you won't put up with. You're allowed to have standards as a man in a relationship, in life, whatever you want. You're allowed to have standards. Don't apologize for wanting what you want in life. Surround yourself with strong men. That's a big one. If you're around strong people, it's easier to adopt that mindset, especially if you're kind of lacking in that regard. It's a great way to learn from those type of people. And get off autopilot. Build purpose, control your mind, stay dangerous, but good. You were born to lead. Don't let the culture convince you to shrink, because that's essentially what they're trying to do. They're trying to shrink men and build up women. And it's not good for either party. Men are born to lead and women are born to, follow their man. That's essentially what is the general speaking. That's gender roles A through Z, essentially. So the world doesn't need less masculinity. It needs more men who use it right. You're not here to be soft. You're here to carry weight, protect, lead, and leave a legacy overall, right? I mean, what else is the purpose of being here? You want you want something to carry out when you die, when you're not here anymore. You want to build something that when you are gone, you have something that carries your name forever. Essentially, that's the goal. I hope this, if this woke if this woke something up in you, don't ignore it. Step into it. This might be the first time you're hearing of these things being said to you. So hopefully it woke you up. Be the kind of man the world tries to silence, because that's the man that it needs the most. Let's be honest. So I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Please feel free to leave your comments, your thoughts, your feedback, what you agree with me with, what you disagree with me on. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Hope I woke some of you up, and hope to see you in the next video. Peace.